Hey, everybody, and welcome back to my journey. Happy 4th of July to those that celebrate and to those that don't celebrate or are boycotting this year. Happy Friday. All right, so as you know, today is day 4 on my journey to starting and growing a business. And today was a low key day. I had planned on doing quite a bit of strategic work, and I ended up not doing that. I wasn't feeling well today. I am not feeling well today. So instead of spending a bunch of time sitting in the upright position and not feeling well, doing some strategic work, I decided to just slouch and lounge and do some planning. So when I say planning, what does that mean? Here's the thing. The way your business is currently run is not the way it will always be run. Be the Lord willing, you continue to be successful in business, things are going to change. You're going to grow, you're going to get bigger, your clientele will grow, and you'll probably want to start looking for ways that you can expand your services or product line. Well, I want to get ahead of that planning. And so, what I did today was I wanted to think about after I launch the community, I'll have the podcast, the newsletter, the community, and what else? See, eventually, I will get to my limit when it comes to the number of individuals that I am willing to allow into the community. Why? Because the Business Hive community is all about having a digital strategist in your pocket. That's me. And since I'm one person right now, I really don't have the ability to work with tens of thousands of people all at one time. I might as well have a job if I'm going to do something like that. So, my question to myself was, when you hit your limit, what would be the next step for the Business Hive? And as I thought through it, I began to wonder if a software as a service or SaaS program would be something I'd be interested in doing. So I spent today doing some research and figuring out what that would look like and what I would be able to even offer people. Now, my background is a hodgepodge of everything digital: website design, website development, search engine optimization, paid search, analytics, accessibility, website content, social media marketing, website usability, everything in between. So when you have a career that's spanned over 20 years and you've touched on all of those areas, you kind of have a subset of skills that you can use to build out additional products and services. So I think I would like to, after I've launched the Business Hive community, begin to look at building my own SaaS product. So that's, like I said, what I was planning today. Now, this weekend, I am planning to do all of the work that I was supposed to do today, which is pulling together additional contacts that I can reach out to starting Monday who may be interested in assisting me with filling my beta. And the beta is free. I'm looking for beta testers to test out the Business Hive community and give me a little bit of feedback to see if they like it, what they didn't like, what they would change, what they would add, what they would remove, all those things. And what I did earlier this week was identify, I think I said this before, co-working spaces and other like chambers of commerce, and other organizations that work with small businesses to see if their member base would be interested. But this weekend, I want to look beyond that. When you're starting a business, you have to think outside of the box. And I've always hated that term, but in this circumstance, it really fits. You need to sit down and think about all the different places your target audience, the people that you want to sell to, where do they reside? Where do they play? Where do they live? Where do they worship? Where do they learn? Where do they go just to think? Where do they go to shop? Where do they go to read? All of the places where they spend their time, that's where you want to look to show up. Now, I'm not saying, of course, put ads everywhere. I'm just saying Are there other companies, organizations, associations, groups that touch your target audience on a regular basis that may be interested in assisting you in pushing your message to the correct individuals? And so often, as I said yesterday about social media, so often we run directly to social media and we think, oh, if we could just get the right social media post or the right social media image or reel, that all these people are going to see you, not fully understanding that social media is a fixed game, meaning you're not going to go out to Vegas and beat the system. With social media, you're not going to beat the system. So go around it. And when I say go around it, I mean identify places where you can go and engage with your audience in the most organic way possible. And this is going to take, for some people, a lot of thought. So don't rush your way through it. Here's an example. Church. Let's say you have a local company. You may want to reach out to the various churches, synagogues, and other religious centers in your area and see if you can connect with them. If you can connect with them in some way, then they may be able to push your message to their congregation. Now, will it work all the time? No. Here's the interesting part about relationship building. You're not going to win at every relationship, but what you're looking for are a handful of strategic key relationships that can get your message and your brand in front of as many of the right audience members as humanly possible. So don't look at it. This is not social media. I'm not talking about you having connected with 10,000 people or 5,000 people or even 100 people. You may only have 6 or 7 key relationships, but they deliver to you 95% of your client base. If you've got 6 organizations sending you 10 to 15 people a month, what would that look like for your bottom line? Okay, so I gave you a little food for thought. I am going to go back to my planning. It is July 4th. I didn't have any plans today, but I am looking out now over the pool. It looks like everybody's having a good time. I might sit out on my patio and enjoy the sounds of people at the pool and the smells of other people's barbecue. And yeah, then I'll get back to work starting tomorrow. So hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow. We'll see. Like I said yesterday, day before yesterday, I'm really hoping to take Sunday off. So fingers crossed I can get more work done tomorrow than I was expecting, and I can be off at least at a minimum in the afternoon on Sunday. But no matter what, I will see you back here on Monday for part 5 or day 5 or however I'm doing this. Yeah. So we will continue next week and see if we can't grow this thing and see if we can't add people into the beta. If you are interested, if you are a business owner, a nonprofit leader, solopreneur, an entrepreneur, and you are interested in joining the beta or even learning more about the beta, please, by all means, click the link in the description. If you know of anybody that might be interested, send them the link in the description. I would love to have you in the beta and you can give me feedback and tell me what you think. So I will see you all on Monday. Please be safe this weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.